It's shit. Not only do I not want to back this, I'm going to actively tell people not to. That is awful. That is a horrible goddamn direction. That's awful. Eat my entire ass. This shit sucks. I think this is ass. This is complete garbage. All of this can eat shit then. I drop the mask entire. They can eat my entire ass. The whole thing. That sounds stupid as shit.
Oh, yeah. I can see why people like it. It's like listening to Mr. Rogers.
Hi. My name is Jason Thor Hall, also known as Pirate Software Online. I've been in the gaming industry for about 20 years. I used to work at Blizzard Entertainment, then Amazon Game Studios, and now I own my own studio, Pirate Software, by the same name, which is an indie studio, and I've been here for about 8 years now. I also run a massive community. We've got about 180,000 people in Discord, and most of what I do is try to teach other people how to make games, teach them that they can make games, show them the tools to do so, and try to do everything without any paywalls or bullshit in the way. It's incredibly important to me that we keep making games and that the next generation has the tools to do so that our medium doesn't die out. And it never will. And that's the whole intention of all of this. So with that in mind, that community brought me this and tried to get me to sign it. And I don't want to. Number one, I can't because I don't live in Europe. But number two, I wouldn't sign it even if I could. This initiative calls to require publishers that sell or license video games to consumers in the European Union or related features and assets sold for video games they operate to leave said video games in a functional playable state. Specifically, the initiative seeks to prevent the remote disabling of video games by the publishers before providing reasonable means to continue functioning of said video games without the involvement from the side of the publisher. This isn't always possible in all video games, and it doesn't call out the specific practice that this is supposedly trying to defeat, and will damage all live service games. How would you keep League of Legends in a functional playable state? You'd have to re-architect the entire game. If it's a single player experience that has online only functionality specifically just to shut down the game in the future, and the online only doesn't actually add any gameplay functionality, I'd agree with you. That's a shitty business practice, but that's really rare. And in the specific cases where it does happen, we should call out that, not just all games and not all live service games. The Crew itself came out in 2014, but it actually had a sequel that came out in 2018. And then it had another sequel that came out in 2023. And if we go to The Crew's, it did start out with a sizable amount of community, and then it degraded. And it had a major drop-off in 2018, which is the same year that it launched a sequel. This is normal. When a sequel comes out, a lot of the player base, if the sequel doesn't suck, will move over to it. And then the servers effectively die. You can't run a live service game on this few players. You can't. In the case that a studio is making a live service game and they sell it to you as a product, they say that you are purchasing the game or you are buying the game, when in reality you're actually purchasing or buying a license to that game. I think that we should be fighting about that. That needs to go away. A player should be well informed at the point of purchase that they are purchasing a license, not buying a game.
All right, guys. I know this specific situation has been going on for a very long time with the Stop Killing Games. And I'm going to give you guys a short description of what this exactly means. And basically, these are the games that are going to be online. And for example, we have Helldivers 2, we have Call of Duty. If we have a new game that comes out and it's doing completely fine on player counts, and just months down the line, just out of nowhere, they release a statement or an article saying, "We're sorry, we cannot support this game. We are shutting this down." And the game just completely shuts down and the company works on something different because that game recently got shut down. Basically, with the Stop Killing Games, this allows games to stay alive and keep the servers online even if the game got shut down by a different company. That's basically what this is. I am totally agree with this. I think that if a new game comes out and it deserves to stay online, if people love this game and their dedication is to play this game and they enjoy the game, and basically if the developer or the company behind it shuts it down, or whatever management team decides to shut that particular game down, and this movement allows that game to even, keep the server online, even though the company behind that made the game to shut it down. This is basically what Killing Games is all about. Well, Stop Killing Games. And there is a specific person on the internet that doesn't agree with this specific topic, which his name, you guys can guess his name because he is all over the internet. Pirate Software. I disagree with what he has to say with this movement. But I'm not going to hate this person or send death threats. I'm not that kind of person. Everyone can have their own thoughts on this situation. It just, whatever you think, I'm not going to hate you for it. If someone doesn't like this movement, it's fine. Anyone can have their own opinions, whatever is going on inside of the world. It is what it is. It's a freedom of speech. Pirate Software he doesn't agree that games should stay online even after it gets shut down. It's almost like the X-Defiant exact deal. It was people were calling it the Call of Duty Killer X Defiant. It was like a multiplayer game. And basically, if this movement was there before this happened, X Defiant would have gotten revived. It would have stayed online and people would still be able to play it even though it got shut down. That is what this movement is all about, to keep the games online even though the company or whatever is going to completely shut it down because they don't have enough money to keep it alive, or they just don't want this game to be out, or it's just not their main focus. Whatever the deal is, that's the reason why Stop Killing Games is actually a thing. And I totally agree with this topic, because if you disagree with it, it's fine. But if you disagree, I think you're completely wrong. And Pirate Software is one of those people that is completely wrong. Am I going to stop watching this person? Am I going to hate this person? Am I going to send him death threats? Am I going to like not like this person forever? Am I going to go into his Twitch chat saying, oh my God, you don't agree with Stop Killing Games, follow your channel, I'm going to hate you forever? I'm not that kind of person. If you disagree with this topic, it's fine. I'm not going to hate you. I am still going to watch Pirate Software. You have that decision not to watch that specific person. That is totally up to you. But I'm not going to not watch someone or unfollow someone or threaten someone's life over a decision that they think that games should no longer be alive, even if they get shut down. This is just reality, man. Like, if you think that way, you need professional help. Let's do an example here. If your favorite singer likes Doritos and you hate Doritos, and you hate that person because he hates Doritos, like, you need to get off the internet. I'm being serious. But everyone's gonna have their own opinion. What the fuck did I just say? Everyone can have their own opinion. It just is what it is. I can show a couple clips of Pirate Software saying what he thinks about this whole situation. I will play a couple clips and I will credit the channel that actually has these clips on these channels. But I want to get some real experience of what he actually says in these videos, so you can actually, you know, instead of me just talking about it, I'll show proof of what he actually said. So let's move on to the gameplay.
Best take you've seen from the drama has been Josh Strife Hayes. I agree. He was the only one that I really enjoyed talking to about the entire thing. To be completely real with you, I completely agree with the take that Josh Strife Hayes has, which is there's a number of people online that don't give a shit about the initiative whatsoever. They just want a reason to attack me because they don't like me. That's it. So they've co-opted that movement to turn it into a reason to tell me to kill myself and attack our rescue and go after our moderators and everything.
This is what I'm exactly talking about. I respect Pirate Software. You don't need to send death threats to a specific person just because they have an opinion on the internet. It's just reality. If you think that, you need professional fucking help. I'm sorry about my language. If you hate me for having a decision of defending him, fine. That's cool. You don't want to watch me anymore? Unsubscribe. Go for it. At the end of the day, I'm going to be the realest person on this platform, and I'm going to tell everyone the truth, because this is what freedom of speech is all about. And basically, Pirate Software doesn't agree with this movement, and that's fine. That is completely fine. And he is losing so many followers over this. It's ridiculous. I don't even want to know how many followers he's actually losing from this movement, which I don't think it's even worth to unfollow someone. If it's like unfollowing your favorite streamer that doesn't like a specific game that you don't like or you like. It's just not right, man. Everyone has their own opinion, man. My friends have their opinions on certain things, and I may not agree with it, but I'm still their best friends. I know them since my middle school years, and I'm not going to hate my friends because they have a certain opinion on certain things in life. That's just how things go. Every human is going to have their own beliefs and opinions and what they agree on and what they don't agree on. That's just how life is, man. And if you can't agree with that, what Pirate Software is going for here, you need to get off the internet. Like, it just is what it is. I don't know what to say. People in the comments below this video are going to hate on this guy. I understand why you guys hate on him, but the level of hate that he gets, it's not worth the talk around this movement. It's just not worth it.
Like this. And while I don't hold any ill will against the SKG movement because of those idiots, I refuse to talk about it because of them. And you could clip that and send it to Josh Strife Hayes, because he'd totally understand. I shit-talked Ross Scott, and I apologized for that on Twitter. I got emotional, and I attacked him as a person instead of his ideals, and I apologized for that. I was completely in the wrong for doing so. A lot of people didn't see that apology, so they still think that I'm doubling down on that in some way. But you're completely correct. I should not have done that. I should not have gone after him as a person.
Yeah, he is right for that. So he attacked someone for having someone else's opinion, which that's what people are doing back for him, but he actually apologized for it. So this is actually kind of different because people are attacking him for having an opinion on the Stop Killing Games. That is totally different what he's talking about right here, because he is apologizing for someone that he attacked, and he apologized. It's everyone makes mistakes, and some people, even though he's a streamer or a game developer, people will, they will attack someone on accident. The anger will get let out by the pressure and the anxiety. It just happens. Like, no one's perfect in this world. You can go off on anybody. You can be a streamer, an actor, an athlete. You can be anyone in the world and just go off on someone. It is what it is. And just because he's a streamer, he is getting attacked because thousands of viewers are watching him perform in front of thousands of people acting this way. And when he acts a certain way against other people, has a certain opinion on other people, this is when the pressure comes on. And that's how he reacts, and he apologized for it. And if you can't accept that, oh well.
And they ignored it when I said, I'm sorry. But yeah, what are you going to do? It's the internet. Thanks, Patch Dev.
Exactly. That's literally what I'm saying in my head.
And that's totally fine. If you want to disagree with me, there's nothing wrong with that. I have no issues with that whatsoever. It's just people being dicks that I have a problem with, man. I think the best conversation conversation I've had about it was with Josh Strife Hayes out of everyone, because he disagrees with me, but we were able to have a normal conversation where he understood my side of it, I understood his side of it, and we disagreed with each other. We just had a normal conversation. It was nice. Dude kicks ass.
See, they disagreed on both topics, but guess what? They're still friends and they still get along. Just because a friend or someone you know has a disagree or you believe in something that they don't, that doesn't mean you guys can have a positive conversation and work it out. It's just the way life is, man. Not everyone's gonna agree with everything that you agree with. And if you hate that person for believing something that you don't believe in, there's a problem. Just get off the internet and just, if you don't want to watch the person, go for it. Freedom, go for it.
Good human. Yeah, that's rare these days. Josh is a good dude. He's a good dude. Oh yeah, no, if you don't know Josh Strife Hayes, you should check out his content on YouTube, dude. Dude's hilarious. It's a good guy. It's just nice being able to have a level-headed conversation with someone, even when you disagree. You gonna acknowledge you're wrong about Stop Killing Games? No, I have a perspective on it as a developer. I've put that out on a tweet, 2 tweets actually. I've put out 2 videos 10 months ago. The only thing I was wrong about is in the way that I treated Ross. I should not have been emotional about that, and so I apologized for it. That's about it. And if you don't like the things that I said, then you need to find a way. No, if you don't like the things that I said, then you need to refute them without trying to attack me as a person and telling me to kill myself. And if you can't do
exactly, I feel like the next thing he's going to say is get off the internet or just don't watch the person. This is exactly what I'm saying, just in different words.
That, then you probably shouldn't be talking. That's about
exactly.
It. Who's Ross? The leader of the Stop Killing Games movement, the one who initiated it. I said a bunch of negative shit about him because I was emotionally charged in the situation, and I should not have done.
Yep, he said he's emotionally charged. He was under pressure, like I said.
I don't like the initiative as it is, but attacking him as a person is not acceptable. So I apologize for it. And I did on Twitter, made it public. And I did that after talking to Josh Strife Hayes.
I feel like that since he apologized, people cannot accept what he did and he apologized for it. Just because people are not liking about what he thinks about Stop Killing Games, people are attacking him like crazy, dude. A bunch of banshees on a freaking windshield wipers getting wiped off the freaking earth. It's crazy, man. I will say it a million times. A person with opinion does not deserve this many hate. It's sad.
Because he called me out on it and he was right. Good character development for Pirate Software. Dude, you have to understand, like, I'll admit when I'm wrong, when I feel that I'm wrong. But if I don't feel that I'm wrong and you do, that doesn't mean I owe you an apology.
See, what I like about Pirate Software, people are going to hate me for this, but he's a real person. If he fucks up, he will say it and apologize like he just did in this video, like he explained it. And if he doesn't agree with Stop Killing Games, that's fine. I'm not going to hate this person. I will still watch this. I will watch him here and there. I don't watch him as my favorite streamer, but I respect his content and what he does, and he helps people, and it gives feedback on how to develop games, and he does this online on his streaming platform, developing and coding games and playing other games as he discusses every topic like he does with Stop Killing Games with people that he doesn't, they don't agree with what he says about this, but that's fine.
Right? Just because you're upset doesn't mean I owe you an apology. And that's something that a lot of people don't seem to understand on the internet. It's not a double down.
Exactly. If my friend has an opinion, but let's say my friend hates Call of Duty, he doesn't need to apologize, because even if I like Call of Duty and I don't like his decision of what he said about hating Call of Duty, he doesn't need to apologize to me because he said he hates Call of Duty because I play Call of Duty. That's just not how that works. I think if we're actually attacking someone specifically, that owes an apology. But if you're talking about something that someone else likes and you do, that is something totally different that you don't need to apologize for. Depending on the topic, that's what you need to apologize for. That's called standing for what
I believe. And if you can't do that, you just think that's a double down, we got nothing to talk about. The apology, Ross, was the only thing needed. Yeah, and I gave that. A lot of people won't say that that's enough. They'll want an apology in their way, or specifically some language, grovel on your knees kind of shit, but I apologize, and then I'm fine with that. There is a Valve employee that agrees with you. Cool. There's also a lot of other developers that reached out to me in DMs, and they're afraid to talk about it publicly, because when I spoke out against it, the mob went and downvoted my video game into a blue.
You guys don't know, he actually misunderstood what this Stop Killing Games actually meant, but I think as of right now, he still disagrees with this topic, the movement of what this actually is, keeping games alive, even though the company behind it shuts it down, just like XDefiant and Ubisoft. But like I said it a million times. I'm not going to say it again. You guys already know the answer to this. I'm not going to hate someone for having another opinion.
Oblivion to 10% positive, attacked the shit out of our business, and then went after the company Off-Brand Games that I work with and attacked all the games that they were doing. They tried to cancel culture literally everything that I touch instead of attacking the argument that I have. So of course devs don't want to say anything publicly. They download your game, go look at it. It's at 10% positive. It's the entire forum on that is filled with people who got banned because they were just shitting in it. It's crazy, dude. They went after Rivals of Aether 2 because I work for Off-Brand Games, even though it has nothing to do with it.
So basically, every game that Pirate Software actually worked for, people are attacking him because his opinion on Pirate Software on Stop Killing Games. That's why people are attacking him. Every game that he worked on, they're attacking them because, oh, Pirate Software worked on this game. We're going to attack these people because he has a disagreement on his Stop Killing Games. Oh, we're going to do this and do that. The people's mindset in today's world is just so pathetic and just a waste of energy. If you think about this because someone has an opinion on something else that you don't agree with, there is something wrong, man. man. Like, you need to get off the internet completely.
They tried to state that Heartbound had freaking always online functionality in it, which it doesn't. It's a single player offline video game. It's insane, dude. You can lose your job over it. Do you want to know something funny? Off-Brand pays me minimum wage. Do you know why? I tried to get paid nothing. I just want to help the industry to do better in terms of publishing. And the first thing that I did when I got there was change our contracts so that we don't own any of the rights to people's games that we publish. The second thing that I started doing is working on all of the pricing or all the regional pricing for everything to make sure that countries like Poland, Australia, and Brazil don't get shit on like they always do. That's what I did for Rivals of Aether. That was the whole point for that. That's why I'm director of strategy for them. And when the company started having a downsizing thing because we had a whole business.
The thing is, Pirate Software is not going to get respect for that. Just because he does one good thing or a couple of good things for his, development on games, just because he has a disagreement on some killing games, this is going to be everywhere. Oh, you might be good for this, but you disagree with Stop Killing Games.
This collapse with money because of this stuff that happened with Ludwig, where he lost $3 million. It was wild, right? With that, I was like, okay, how many people's jobs can we save? And then they were like, well, we could do this. And I was like, how many people's jobs can we save if you pay me nothing? And we were going to pay me nothing. And then legal was like, you can't, there's federal law. You can't do that. So then I was like, well, what about federal minimum wage? I had been paid federal minimum wage for like 6 months now. And I have no intention of changing that. I get paid $7.25 an hour to do that shit.
$7.25 an hour minimum wage. That's like working at McDonald's back in like 2015. That is crazy. So he makes enough money as it is, and you know that he actually cares about games and helping people and keep their jobs, even if he's not asking for like $15 an hour or even double that. He is, like, he doesn't care. He wants to help people. He doesn't care about the money. He cares about the money, obviously, but he gets most of the money from streaming and making videos. Obviously, he has the money. It's just, why would he want more if he already has it when he can just use his time to make games and just help other people? He's trying to make it where he doesn't get paid the full amount so he can help other people keep their job.
I do it because it's important to me, not because I want to make money. So
literally what I said.
Anybody that's spinning that narrative is a dumb piece of shit. What armor suit is that? This is Batik still suit on both of these. I also don't accept there's no like stake in the company. There's no any of that
Like
shit.
I said, man, doesn't mean he disagrees on this topic. Doesn't mean he's a bad person. You got to know his backstory to understand what he's actually fucking doing. You can't just hate someone because they have a small opinion on a different topic or a movement they don't agree with. It just, if you think that, get off the fucking internet, man.
Outside of that, no other compensation. Yeah. If you're upset at the way that I treated Ross, you're right. And I apologized for it.
It's okay.
On Twitter.
He apologized.
Because I was too aggressive, I was emotional, and I acted like an asshole to him. Yep.
Exactly.
And that's why I apologize.
And just because he disagreed with this movement, he attacked the person that came up with this movement, the, responsibility of starting this whole Stop Killing Games. And because of that, he attacked that person. And guess what? He said he was wrong about it and he apologized for it. And they worked it out. They have both disagreements and agreeds on both of these topics. And guess what?
The way that I feel about the initiative has not changed in any possible. I still have the exact same feeling about it. And I do not like it for the wording that it uses. And that's not going to change. Was that the tweet, the one you deleted? No, I deleted that one.
What he just said right there, guess what? I disagree with what he thinks, but guess what? I'm not going to hate on him. I'm not going to send death threats. I'm still going to watch this person. He has an opinion. That's fucking okay.
One, because of the amount of lashback. There's another tweet that's up there. Go look at the one that I have up right now and then look at the one connected to it. Yeah, I apologize to Ross. I shouldn't have been a dick to him.
I think that the only way you should hate a person is how the way they treat you and how they act, not because how they think against other things that they like versus what you like.
I shouldn't have done ad hominem on that. I was emotional and mad. I'm human. That's how it works, right? And I apologized. Absolutely don't like the initiative. I don't like the wording that he uses, but I shouldn't have been a dick to Ross. And that's why I said that. That's why I apologized for it, because that's the right thing to do. And I did that because Josh Strife Hayes reached out to me and called me out on it, and he was correct. And to be real with you, I think a lot of it is probably over the fact that, like, I've been really jaded for the last 6 months, because every single time, like any time that I'm interacting with social media for the last 6 months since the World of Warcraft shit, it is the most vile, hateful shit that I've ever seen. So I built up this callus. And now I'm just...
there's this World of Warcraft thing that went on with Pirate Software. They're pretty much in a one life account where if you die, you completely lose everything. They were in like a raid or something. And one of his, I guess his friends or whatever he was playing with told him to do a specific thing. And he did that thing. And everyone shit on him because he did that thing and survived and everyone else died, basically. So I don't know how everything went down. It's from what I saw, that's what I think about that situation. But people are going to think otherwise because what they saw.
Asshole. So I'm trying to fix that. It's
since you're a streamer or a content creator, everything that you do online that happens, it's going to get put online and it's going to go trending and everyone's going to talk about it for videos and clicks and views. That's just the way the internet is, man. If you're popular on the internet and you're a top streamer and you do something that people don't like, or you do something crazy that's just going to blow up, that will reach the numbers of people saying, wow, this is wrong. I'm going to hate this person. This is what
sucks
happens.
Dealing with hate every day over shit that doesn't matter.
Exactly.
And I don't need to be a calloused bitch about it. I'm going to work on that. And that's it. right? It's never going to stop. Whatever. Like, now I understand what the problem is. I don't have to give a shit about it anymore.
Exactly. So he is getting hate every single day just because he doesn't agree with Stop Killing Games. And every day he is losing followers and he has to deal with the hate and the pressure that he gives in the chat. Imagine how many comments he sees that he has to ignore just because he is getting death threats or people exactly like completely hate this guy. It's
You're
insane,
our
man.
asshole. That sounds really weird. I don't like that. I don't like that at all, man.
You can disagree with someone, you can agree with them, but hating on someone, not worth
I
it.
mean, you do get a lot of shit from chat. So
Yeah, no, I'm not making a
And
video
hopefully his friends are not getting attacked too, because they're his friends too. So
about it. I already made videos 10 months ago. I made a couple of posts on social media because I talked to Josh Strife Hayes, and Josh Strife Hayes told me that I was being a dick to Ross Scott.
I can even go to Pirate Software's Twitter. Let's see it. Let's see if we can find it about this topic. Pirate Software, here's his Twitter, check mark. Here's this tweet. The most interesting narrative is that my videos somehow killed the intuitive. This graph shows that the intuitive already had a downward trend in interest. When my videos dropped, my videos did not seem to have any impact on the movement at all. Making me the villain did though. Best of luck with your steps. Well, next steps. With his video that he made, it did not affect this movement. Making people the villain, that's what made the movement and the numbers rise because everyone disagreed with what he thought. And that's what's making it go up. For those trying to say is now somehow a lie, the abuse was across socials, people on Discord, Twitter, Reddit, and some reviews on Steam. Indie games are fragile things and attacks like that hit hard. Overall, the sentiment was to bash the games and the developers working on them to try to get them back at me. Not worth bringing them down for my opinion. Also stop it and get some help. That's basically what I said. If you're hating on someone that has a different opinion on what you don't agree with or you disagree with, you need to get off the fucking internet. Why is there an owl over here?